How to create a dynamic hero section using Angular and Angular Material. If you need help getting started with Angular or Material from scratch, check out the link to a video up top and down below in the description where I show you how to set everything up. Links to the resources and source code will be available below as well. Let's get started. Now we need to create our hero section. So down here in the terminal, we want to go ahead and create another component. And instead of that being called the nav bar, we're going to call this the hero, like so. You guys can see that is successfully created and is displaying here. So now we need to go ahead and again, just import this into our app.ts. So I'll go ahead and down here within the imports, just to save some time, add a comma after the nav bar and say hero and click on this to help Visual Studio Code write out the import line. And then back within our app.html, all I need to do is bring it in. So I'll say app-hero, hit enter, and now you guys can see the default text displaying. And now I can navigate to the hero.ts file right here, and we need to navigate to material, go to components, and I'm going to go ahead and search for the expansion panel here. And so it's this one. We'll go ahead and select that. Go ahead and view the code, go to the TypeScript. And what we need to do is copy both of these imports right here. Go over here into our TypeScript in VS Code and just replace this import with both of those lines here. And now we're bringing in the mat expansion module, the change detection strategy, the component like we were before, and the signal. And so down here at the bottom, you guys are going to notice that we also need to bring in this import right here. So I'll go ahead and paste this into our imports. And within the class being exported at the bottom, we need to bring in this line that starts off with read only. So all we need to do is copy and paste that here. And don't be worried about exactly what's going on here. It's not super important, but we just need to bring this in so this component works correctly. And then we also need to, I almost forgot to mention, bring in this change detection right here. So we'll just copy this and we can put that underneath our imports. So I'll just paste it in like so. Now we're done in the TypeScript file for our hero. We can navigate to the hero.html, get rid of this default paragraph element. And what I'm going to do is start off with a custom section element with a class of hero. And this is basically just going to be our container for our hero image. And what I want to do now is just go ahead and bring in the styling that I already have set up for today's video. So I'll just go ahead and navigate to the hero.scss and just paste this in. And all I'm doing here is setting up the SCSS to create a custom background image that's going to be used as our hero. And again, this is available down below in the source code if you guys need it. Now back in our hero.html, what I want to do now is navigate to the HTML for this expansion panel in material. I'll just go ahead and copy all of this code and just go ahead and paste it within our section. And if we go ahead and take a look at this in VS Code, you guys can see that our background hero image is successfully displaying because of our SCSS. And then over that, you guys can see the component that we brought in from material. But in our case, we don't want this top panel right here. So we're just going to go ahead and delete it. So back over here in the HTML, this first mat expansion panel, we can just go ahead and select all of this content and go ahead and delete it. And now you guys can see we are left with just this one here. And at this point, all I'm going to do is change out the text. So here where it says self-aware, I'm going to change this to sale. And then currently I am, this text needs to be click to. And then we have a basic conditional right here, and this is just going to display either open or closed depending on the state of this component. So I'm going to change open to lock and then closed to unlock like so. And then at the bottom inside of this paragraph element, I'm going to paste in the text $20 off $100 or more. use code. And then I'm also going to use one more component from Angular Material. So we need to go back to Material, back to Components, and search for the chip component. And you guys can see it right here. So I'll click on this, go to Basic Chips, View Code, TypeScript, and I just need to bring in the mat chips module. So I'll go ahead and navigate back to the hero.ts, shrink this down so I can actually see what I'm doing, and then I will just bring it in after the mat expansion module. So I'll say mat chips module, click on this one, and VS Code will help me out with this import again. Always make sure that it's completing these imports for you up here at the top, or you will run into some issues. Now we can just go back to the HTML. I can navigate to the HTML over here in Material, and I can just copy one of these chip components right here and just go ahead and paste it like so. And I can change out this text, and I'm just going to say the code is Epic 20 for now. And back inside of our front end, you guys can see that our expansion panel is working successfully. And if we click on it, it says $20 off $100 or more. Use code EPIC20, and then we can also close this back down. Now we're done creating our custom hero section here with an expansion panel that is completely interactive and dynamic for the user.